Those are the best babies.
Thank you. Calling the meeting to order. I'm presiding over the meeting until we elect the president and secretary over the annual finance board. So open the floor for nominations for president and secretary.
I nominate Amy Pettit for president.
Second.
Any other nominations? Okay. All those in favor? Thank you. Amy, I'll hand it over to you to move on to secretary.
So we'll entertain nomination for secretary for the Board of Finance.
I nominate Pat Sullivan.
Have a nomination for Pat?
Second.
Second by Travis. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, all those in favor? 7-0. So now we'll move down the agenda. Designation of depositors.
Yes, for this coming year and last year, we were staying with the same place. We were using German American for our operating checking and Jackson County Bank for our operating savings. And we will be reviewing rates this summer to see if we'll recommend anything for next year.
Okay. Annual investment report.
In your packet, you'll see the investment report for 2025. And there's a lot of detail there. The main thing is we've been able to make quite a few investments because of the GEO bonds from 2024. That work will be commencing this summer like we've talked about. So we're trying to be wise with that and buy CDs, get a higher rate for those for the short term. And we also we invested in a CD on late December for the 2025 one that will be doing the HVAC project out of Brush Creek and a small portion of Scipio. That in total, you'll see on page 4, there was right at $436,000 in interest income for the year, for the 2025 year. And that's, unless there's any questions, that's about it. We currently have as of December 31st, we have 2 CDs that are 6-month CDs, since we'll be paying some bills somewhere in the May to June timeframe.
Any questions about the investment report? Hearing none, we'll move down to review investment policy.
The investment policy is in your packet. It's policy 6144, and I'm not recommending any changes at this time.
And we don't need to vote on that since there's no changes. Great. Any questions about the policy? Hearing none, we'll move down to cancellation of outstanding checks.
Yes, we have no checks older than 2 years old, which is the rule. Our oldest check in our system right now is 10/28 of 25, so it's barely 2 months, or right at 2 months there.
Great. Any questions? Hearing none, we'll go down to corporation fiscal and qualitative indicators.
In your packet, you'll see you got a copy of the financial indicators and qualitative indicators is what it's also called. It is for year 2024. They're always a year behind in this. So keep in mind the stuff we're going to be looking at is not from 25, but from 24. So on the first page, you're going to see the $58 million increase in the NAV, up about 5.2%, which was, again, we've seen that's been increasing for the last couple of years, so it's staying in line with what's been happening recently. The bottom part of that page shows the ADM. You're going to see that slight 2% decrease in the ADM overall, which again tracks over the last couple of years. You can see that slight. Every year, the last couple of years, it's been dropping down some. Page 2 shows the demographics of the free reduced special education and English language learners. Not really much to speak on that, just sort of shows where it's been at. The fund balances is the next part we're going to talk about. The key to it's not on there. So the main ones we're going to be looking at is education, and that's going to be colored the orange color, and you'll see about a $1 million drop in that. And this is the fund balance as of the last day of the year. So this is falling in line. It's similar to last year. This is, we've been doing things to address that and to try to get that shored up. The operations, you see about a $650,000 increase in the blue. It's the medium blue line, not the darkest blue, but the one that's third one from the right, I guess, when you're looking by year. And then in the capital, you'll see a $3 million increase. That increase was from the 2024 bond. Again, this is year 2024. We had spend down of the 2023, and then we had the influx of the 3.5 in late November of the 2024 one. So the net of that's about a $3 million increase. And you'll see that in the dark blue line. In the fourth page, shows the deficit versus surplus, and you'll see a slight increase between revenue and expenses. So we spent slightly less than what we received. In conjunction with that, the one below it shows a 1-point drop in our fund balance as a percentage of expenses. So it went from 15.6 down to, or 16.6 down to 15.2. Even though we spent less than what we brought in, we still had a slight dip in that, and we're right at that spot, sort of the unofficial spot of where we need to be, 15%. And nothing really to speak of, but the next two, it's just a chart showing where the money is, but that's also the chart you looked at on page 3, so not much to discuss on there. Is there any questions about any of the 5 pages?
No questions? Hearing no questions, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A motion by Travis,
Second.
second by Pat. Any discussion? All those in favor?